Hello everybody. Again, I'm back doing a video way sooner than I anticipated. I've been doing a lot of thinking. So about veganism, about me being a vegan, and about how that works, not only in the present time, but certainly over the Earth crisis time and thereafter. So this is what I've come up with. I have been thinking about this process of thought for some time, even when I was writing my books and while I've been strongly advocating for veganism, and being quite strongly opinionated about it all. But in the background, I've been thinking about this. The bottom line is that the aspect that I find most abominable about human behavior towards animals is the mass farming, with an H, by the way, FH, mass farming, the mass agriculture industries, animals being enslaved horribly, tormented, mutilated, tortured, murdered in the most horrific ways, en masse. This is what I wish to see stopped. And I will never knowingly consume any product that comes from that direction. And I would always enthuse everybody to do the same. Certainly dairy is totally part of that. Dairy is probably worse. Dairy and eggs actually is worse than eating the flesh from animals in mass production. The cruelty to motherhood and babies is out of this world evil in mass production, and also on little farms. How dare farmers take babies from mothers and breed them into existence, especially so they can take them for their flesh? It's evil, nothing other than that. So I still adhere to that frame of thinking. What's changed is, so as a result of pondering how the hell it would be if we suddenly got a massive change in the situation for humans on this planet, and the system breaks down basically completely, which it will do. And so by necessity, in some awful way, most likely humans will have to resort to older ways and perhaps become hunter-gatherers again. In short, the way down back to that situation will only be a world of horrors, but I'm not here to talk about that. Just 2 films, Mad Max and The Road. Watch them, be horrified. That's what we're headed for. I'm talking about after that, if any humans still survive. It's going to be a case of, if you want to eat and you can't gather what you need to eat from plants, then it will be necessary to hunt. Simple as that. Just as people used to do, and some indigenous cultures still do. Now, the difference between killing animals in that way, out of complete necessity for food so that you don't starve and your babies don't starve, your families don't starve. The difference between that and the evil of the mass animal agriculture system is they are worlds apart, literally worlds apart. I would personally have to be about on the edge of starving, somewhere there, to kill an animal so that I had food. But I guess I'd probably do it in the end if I had no food. And I most certainly would do that if I had people I was responsible for, most especially my offspring. As grown up as they are, I would take that step. I have never killed an animal. I have never killed an animal. And never could, still couldn't. I have enough food. But I thought about that, and I thought there are circumstances in which I would. I used to say no circumstances would ever happen where I would kill an animal. It couldn't happen. But I guess there could be circumstances where I would. That is such a long way from people killing animals and hunting them just for fun, or to kill them as a sport, or to kill them just as a tradition. It's just because people do and always did. To kill them because you're part of the aristocracy, so you can. All that is just part of the evil. And it still could be evil if in your dire need for food, you went about killing animals and did it in a cruel, inhumane way, and did not do it with great honour and respect, and to do a very quick, clean kill. Otherwise, there's evil there too. Yeah, this is what I've thought, and I've thought, well, if I was prepared to eat the flesh of an animal killed wild, then why would I not now? Well, it's simple, because I don't have to. That's it. I don't have to. Then I thought, what if I knew for absolute certainty that it was a kill done completely humanely in the way I would expect by respectable, trustworthy people? I could possibly conceive of sharing a meal that came from that direction, where love and compassion were actually part of that picture. But I'm not going out of my way. I'm not going to choose to get in the way of having to eat wild-killed animals. So if any vegans who know me already are watching this, they may possibly feel like they would get up in arms and think that the world's turned upside down. because I have been an extremely strong advocate for veganism. And in actual fact, I still am, until food runs out. I guess I will be, vegan. There's one thing for sure that's not going to make its way onto my plate is dairy or eggs, and I'm not going to be buying any leather or new, leather, whatever else, that comes from animals. And I'm not going to be buying a piano with ivory keys and so on and so on. So I think that's as far as I got with my thinking there. I did come up with a name for someone who is vegan and can contemplate consuming wild kill where absolutely necessary. And the name I came up with was Nagan, Nature Vegan, N-A, Nature Vegan, the G-A-N, Nagan. I don't know if that works. I toyed around with words and letters for a while, and that's what I came up with. So at the moment, I'm going to count myself a Nagan, unless there's some reason not to that turns up. Nature Vegan, maybe I could just say that. Yeah. Once upon a time, I was a real coward. I insisted on having chickens. I was very young. All I was learning was from books, not from real life, about keeping animals. I knew nothing. It was ludicrous to be in that situation. But we got 6 chickens. And yeah, the done thing was to be living off the land and going back to simplicity and doing this, trying to live as if the apocalypse had already happened. So the thing was, we were supposed to kill one of the chickens. It was kind of like a rite of way, a rite of, what's the word? Rite of passage to be part of the self-sufficient community. It was a rite of passage. So my husband had to kill one of our chickens, and I was the driving force behind that. I'm not proud of that one tiny weeny iota, and it still haunts me to this day, and I think that was 40 years ago. Yeah. So I would not pass the buck in that way ever again. If I want my food, I'm going to have to do something about it, eh? By the way, I'm all wrapped up like a something wrapped up in Russia, because it's been very cold here. Now, for all of a sudden, it's got hot. Maybe the radiators have decided to work after all. Oh dear, never mind. It's very cold outside. So that's about it on my turnaround of thinking about being vegan. I'm sharing this in the name of truth, and this is my deed of love to share this with you. I know there are a lot of people who are troubled by these thoughts and wonder which way to turn with their thinking. Yeah. And I will tell you, if I ever have a morsel of an animal's flesh pass my lips, I will be in a state of prayer and gratitude. And that's got hot now as well. I will as I do with The pair of shoes I still have I've had them for a long time. I bought them before I was vegan, not fully, and they are leather. And whenever actually I'm in a constant state. They don't have to be on my feet. I see them on the shoe shelf, and I know they're there all the time. And I'm in a constant state of a kind of small prayer in doing my best to honor the animals who unwillingly gave up their skins for those shoes. And I won't burn them, and I won't give them away. I will be the one who will honor the animal whose skin that was. I will do that honoring, because I can't trust that anybody else would. And to burn them would be a sacrilege, would be an evil in itself. To waste that beautiful skin from that animal who unwillingly gave it up. No, so I still wear those shoes. I wear them with enormous respect and humility and humbleness, and I honor them in my prayer, in my mind, the whole time. So if you ever see me with those leather shoes on my feet, perhaps you'll think of that rather than immediately spring to judgmentalism. I think that's it. Got to go and see what wording to put on this video now. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.